Hey, thank you for being here. Now, through my journey as a 36-year-old single dad, I've learned a lot through my experience. Learning from other successful people, experimenting and taking action, reading books, and yes, watching a lot of YouTube videos and taking online courses. I've been applying everything I know. And after my separation 3 years ago, I've actually 5x my net worth. And most people usually lose all their money by this time. But being debt free and financially free has been life changing for me. Now I'm sharing my journey, sharing what I've learned, and hoping it will help you and others. So here are a few of my learnings and can help everybody on how to manage and grow your money. Habit number one is automation. Automating your investing is one of the key steps to becoming financially free and building wealth. Consistency is everything, and automation makes sure you stay on track. Even when life gets busy, I don't have to constantly have the time to think about money decisions every single month. So I learned to set up systems where my investments come out first. And only then do I cover my expenses. There's just no room for me to delay or make excuses every single month. Money goes straight from my income into investments before I even touch it. And this habit alone has kept me consistent. And when you have to manually move money every single month, it's just very easy to skip it, especially when unexpected expenses just pop up. But automation removes the temptation completely. I've learned this from successful people I have studied and from my own mistakes. So now my rule is simple. Set it once with automation, stay consistent forever. Habit number two is not about how much you earn, it's about how much you save. This is such an important step to reach financial freedom and build real security for yourself and for your family. Now, most people always focus on how much they earn, but the real question is how much do you actually keep? Do you spend money on things you don't really need? Do you buy something just because others have it? After my separation, I realized very quickly that savings were my only safety net. I couldn't afford to waste money on just keeping up with appearances. So instead, I focused on growth through reading and learning, building assets through side hustles and better habits. People who create real wealth don't try to look rich. They try to get rich in reality. This is what allowed me to 5x my net worth within 3 years, not by chasing a higher paycheck alone, but by making sure I kept more of what I've earned. Habit number three, spending less than you earn. The ones who grow lasting wealth don't chase the latest cars or luxury items. So I had to apply that same lesson in my own life. I kept my lifestyle very simple, even as my income grew and my net worth grew. I didn't rush to upgrade everything around me. Instead, I stayed focused on stability and growth. Many of the investors and entrepreneurs I follow live very normal lives. They don't let their lifestyle grow faster than their income, and that's how they build long-term wealth. I remind myself of that all the time. Money is for freedom and security first, and only then for experiences or things. Everything I buy has to add some type of real value, whether it's a tool that I could use daily or an investment that grows over time. This habit alone has kept me grounded and lets me save and invest far more. Habit number four, moving from scarcity to an abundant mindset. Most successful people I've studied always look at the upside and take calculated risk. They don't sit back and wait for life to happen. They step forward and create opportunities. After my separation, I could have stayed stuck in fear, but instead I invested in myself. I've learned new skills. I took on a ton of new projects. I started a lot of new different habits and routines, and I allowed myself to fail and try again. This mindset change wasn't overnight. It took time and a lot of inner work. Once you start focusing on abundance instead of scarcity, everything shifts. You see possibilities instead of problems, and that makes it a lot easier to take action and build a better future. Habit number five, thinking long term. I remember when I was rebuilding my life, my first investments were just very small, but I stayed consistent. And over time, I watched them grow. In the first few years of investing, it feels like nothing's happening because compound can be slow. You're only buying into the ups and downs, but the real power of compounding shows up years of patience. Most people I know lose faith too early. They sell when they don't see no returns or when the portfolio is down. But the wealthy people I studied hold on through the tough years because they believe in the long game. I had to think in 5, 10, or even 20-year time frames for my kids and for my own freedom. Compound interest is magical, but only if you give it time. Habit number six, most wealthy people start early. If you want your 40s to be smooth, your 20s and 30s are your golden years of investing. This is a time when you can take more risk. You usually have fewer responsibilities, more energy, more chances to grow your skill. I missed some of that important window, but even starting in my mid-30s as a single dad, I learned the power of stacking assets, cutting expenses, and making my money work harder than me. These years are about doubling down on building wealth and creating stability. And yes, it's tough with a higher cost of living right now and inflation eating into our wallets, but the earlier you start, the easier it gets later. If you miss this window, your 40s and 50s become like a catch-up game with bigger bills and less time. So start early if you can. And if you're late like me, then start today and don't waste another year. Habit number 7 is protecting your time. I've noticed successful people guard their time as carefully as they guard their money. They know time is the one thing you cannot get back. I had to be very strict with this. Balancing kids, work, finances meant I couldn't afford wasting time. So I started planning my days ahead, blocking time for what mattered most. Protecting time helped me protect my focus, and focus helped me grow my wealth faster. Habit number 8, working on your relationship with money. Most wealthy people I study don't chase money. They focus on purpose, and money becomes the byproduct of that pursuit. I had to reshape how I looked at money. In the beginning, it felt like I was just chasing it to cover bills and survive. But over time, I realized money is a tool. It gives you choices, it gives you freedom, and it allows you to create a better life for your kids. And I remind myself often, I'm not the owner of money, I'm the trustee of it. And that mindset keeps me detached while still being responsible. Money is not everything, but it lets you live on your own terms and makes the tough decision with confidence. That is why building a healthy relationship with it is the most important habits to develop. Now, these are the things I've learned and used that have helped me tremendously in my life. It gave me a huge peace of mind, and I hope that it was helpful to you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like. It really helps me reach more people. Thanks for watching.